Have you ever been out in the middle of nowhere where your tire was running low and you needed to air up? Well, you're going to want to check this out today because we are going to be talking about this right here. Hey everyone, this is Ben. Hey, thank you for joining us on the channel today. Well, this product right behind me is something many of us people who do off-roading or overlanding, or if you're in an emergency situation where you need inflation of your tires. So what you see behind me is from a company called Bunker Industries. And they make some great products, but today we are going to be talking about the Bunker Industry twin tube air compressor. Now, if you've been out in the middle of nowhere and you already had air down your tires, but most of us who air down your tires have an air compressor. And the reason why you air down when you're off-road is because it's a little bit more comfortable ride. You get more grip. This is the Bunker Industry twin tube air compressor. And let me tell you, this thing's pretty stout. So let's go check it out and find out what this compressor is and what it does. Now, the Bunker Industries twin tube air compressors, it's not only made for inflation of tires. You can use this to inflate air mattresses, balls, just a bunch of different things that require inflation. And they do include all the special nozzles to inflate all. The material on this is all aluminum body and weighs about 26 pounds. So it's not a super light air compressor. I plan to mount this in Sarge in the back of my dirt box overland camper. And then, you know, when I need to inflate, I can just connect the hose, inflate my tires from the back of the truck. So what comes in the kit for the twin tube air compressor from Bunker Industries? First of all, you're going to get your air compressor. And like I said, it's about 26 pounds. You will have a mounting plate that you can also use to mount this to any ARB type platform. And by airing down on your tires, that provides more grip, more sidewall grip as well. But when you come back off the trails, you have to inflate. And having a good air compressor to get back up, to get back on the pavement plays a vital role. And I also carry a repair kit for my tires by Glue Tread. They carry a wide variety of patch kits. I do carry a sidewall patch kit, a tire plug as well. Once you fix or address that situation, you're going to have to get air back in your tires. Now, whether you use a Bunker Industry or any other air compressor, having that piece of equipment or air compressor with you plays a vital role for you to get back on the road. So what's included in the kit? Right here, 25 feet of hose. One end, you do have a really robust brass fitting that's pretty tough. This is a quick disconnect. And then on the other end, you have your nozzle that attaches to your gear, whether it's your air nozzle or your air inflation. And it's covered with a nice rubber piece to protect it. You are also going to get your air nozzle, just, you know, your typical push to blow. You are going to get your air gauge, and the air gauge is pretty goes from 0 to 200 psi, along with a nozzle on here where you can put it on. And you know, this right here, if you look at the nozzle, this is a lot different. Many of the nozzles have a little flip up. This one has a little push button here on this side where you can attach it to your valve stem or any of your nozzles that included in the kit. You also get an inflation nozzle adapters where you can inflate air mattresses and basketballs or balls. And then you are going to get your wiring kit. This wiring kit is so easy to hook up. Of course, you got your positive and negative, which will go to your battery. And then you have your connection on this end, which will go right into the air compressor. Pretty simple. You just plug it right in, and there you go. It does have a double fuse on here, and for protection. But that's it. It's pretty simple to wire up. Also, you do have some leads where it goes into a switch, and this is a rocker type switch where you on and off. You also, if you don't want to use the rocker switch, you can wire it into a controller. But everything's pretty much plug and play, and it's all color coded, red, purple, and black. Put that in, and now you can turn on and off your air compressor. So we got everything wired up and to a battery inside, my 12-volt battery. And then I've got the switch wired up. When you turn this air compressor switch on, you'll hear a fan run. Just like that. It's pretty quiet. Okay, now I've got everything hooked up to the air compressor. When you install the air hose into the quick disconnect down here, make sure you hear that click just like that. And then you go ahead and turn on your pump. Okay. Let's shut this off. And then let's get the air off the line. And be sure, whenever you disconnect your hoses, be sure you bleed the line first. And that way you don't have any back pressure. Now the size of this compressor isn't that big. It's only 10.5 inches from top to bottom, and then the width from there is about 8 inches. So it's a fairly small compressor that puts out 150 psi, which is great for inflation of a tire. Like I said, this thing will inflate a 31 or 33 inch tire in about 2.5 minutes. Now when you start going to the bigger tires such as 35s, 37s, and 40s, this thing will take about 8 minutes. So that is the pros and cons you have to look at when you're purchasing one of these. Now another con is you can only do one tire at a time. Now if you're looking to inflate 4 tires at once, now you're looking at 35s, 37s, and 40s, then you might want to look towards a bigger compressor or a dual head compressor if you're looking to save time. Now if time isn't of the essence, using one of these, do one tire at a time. Now if Bunker Industries is watching this video, maybe in the future have a hose that you could connect to 4 different tires with the kit. Now I do have a quad hose where I can fill up all 4 of my tires at the same time, but this compressor, like I said, it'll take a little bit longer. Now the pros to this, it's economically priced compared to the big names such as Thor's Lightning, Morflate, the Rough Countries, but those are all dual head compressors. This is something you can keep in your trunk, under your seat, and use for emergency situations. If some of the things that can be used for improvement is, to include terminals like this one, like the ring terminal, for the positive side of the wiring system. Now they do give you a nice wire loom protector on here with some fuses, which is really good. But I'd like to see them include some heat shrink wrap and some ring terminals for the positive side. Another thing I would like to see Bunker Industry do is, for those who just want to leave these compressors under the seat or in the trunk and take it out for emergency uses only, to include a bag. I would like to see a bag to protect this, maybe a padded bag or a canvas bag, just like how you have your hoses, or have everything all in one bag. You know, unless you're going to mount this to get it out of the way, you know, but having a bag for this, it would be great. Also, the hose. Now, they do include 25 feet of hose, but I'd like to see where they have a 4-way where you can inflate all 4 tires at the same time, you know, versus one at a time. Now, 25 feet is quite a bit of hose, but it all depends on where you mount this air compressor. Like I said, mine is going to be mounted in the back of the camper, and, you know, 25 foot from the where I got it mounted to the front left is kind of pushing it. It'll reach, but it's pushing it. There's a switch. It's color coded. You can't mess it up. And then if you wanted to hook this thing up to a controller, either a 6-gang or 8-gang controller, you will be able to. And I was really surprised of how quiet this thing is for a twin tube air compressor. So anyway, that is my overview of the unboxing and a quick test of this Bunker Industry twin tube air compressor. You know, having something in your vehicle, whether it's this model or something else, having a tire inflation piece of gear is pretty vital important, especially if you're on going off-road. So if you got any questions, pop them in the box below. Let me know what you think or what kind of air compressors you're running on your vehicle. Like I said, this is economically priced compared to the big brand names, and it's just something that you can have as a emergency or for something maintenance as far as blowing stuff out from the back of your vehicle. But anyway, if you got any questions, pop them in the box below. I'll answer them the best I can. Again, I want to thank Bunker Industries for sending us the twin tube air compressor. We are actually going to take this out on the road in about 2 weeks while we head to Knoxville up at the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary camping event. And then on the way back, we're going to do some camping off-road. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. This has been Semper Gumby out.